صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Chapter on the statement of the Prophet, peace be upon him, the deceased is punished because of the weeping with wailing of some of his relatives, if wailing was the custom of that dead person. This is in agreement with the statement of Allah, ward off yourself and your families against a fire, hell, whose fuel is men and stones. Quran chapter 66, verse 6. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, all of you are guardians and responsible for your wards. If that wailing was not his custom, as Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, quoting the Quran, said, and no bearer of burdens shall bear the burden of another. Quran chapter 6, verse 164. And if one heavily laden calls another to bear his load, nothing of it will be lifted. Quran chapter 35, verse 18. And what is said regarding the permission of weeping without wailing? And the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, not a person is murdered unjustly, but the first son of Adam, who did this crime first of all, will have a share of the crime of his murdering because he was the first to start the tradition of murdering. Narrated Usama bin Zayd, may Allah be pleased with them. The daughter of the Prophet, peace be upon him, sent a messenger to the Prophet, peace be upon him, requesting him to come as her child was dying or was gasping. But the Prophet, peace be upon him, returned the messenger and told him to convey his greeting to her and say, whatever Allah takes is for him, and whatever He gives is for him, and everything with him has a limited fixed term in this world, and so she should be patient and hope for Allah's reward. She again sent for him, swearing that he should come. The Prophet, peace be upon him, got up, and so did Sa'd bin Ubadah, Mu'adh bin Jabal, Ubay bin Ka'b, Zayd bin Thabit, may Allah be pleased with them, and some other men. The child was brought to Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, while his breath was disturbed in his chest. The sub-narrator thinks that Usama added, as if it was a leather water skin. On that the eyes of the Prophet, peace be upon him, started shedding tears. Sa'd said, O Allah's Messenger, what is this? He replied, it is mercy which Allah has lodged in the hearts of His slaves, and Allah is merciful only to those of His slaves who are merciful to others. Narrated Anas bin Malik, may Allah be pleased with him. We were in the funeral procession of one of the daughters of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and he was sitting by the side of the grave. I saw his eyes shedding tears. He said, is there anyone among you who did not have sexual relation with his wife last night? Abu Talha replied in the affirmative. And so the Prophet, peace be upon him, told him to get down in the grave. And so he got down in her grave. Narrated Abdullah bin Ubaidullah bin Abi Mulaika, one of the daughters of Uthman, may Allah be pleased with him, died at Mecca. We went to attend her funeral procession. Ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with them, and Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with them, were also present. I sat in between them, or said, I sat beside one of them. Then a man came and sat beside me. Abdullah bin Umar, may Allah be pleased with them, said to Amr bin Uthman, will you not prohibit crying, as Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, has said, the dead person is tortured by the crying of his relatives. Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with them, said, Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, used to say so. Then he added narrating, I accompanied Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, on a journey from Mecca till we reached Al-Bayda. There he saw some travelers in the shade of a samura, a kind of forest tree. He said to me, go and see who those travelers are. So I went and saw that one of them was Suhaib. I informed Umar about that, who then asked me to call him. So I went back to Suhaib and said to him, Depart and proceed to the chief of the faithful believers. Later, when Umar was stabbed, Suhaib came weeping and saying, O my brother, O my friend. On this, Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, said to him, O Suhaib, are you weeping for me? While the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, the deceased is punished because of the weeping with loud wailing of some of his relatives. Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with them, added, when Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, died, I told that to Aisha, and she said, may Allah be merciful to Umar. By Allah, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, did not say that a believer is punished by the weeping, crying aloud of his relatives, but he said, Allah increases the punishment of a disbeliever because of the weeping, crying aloud of his relatives. Aisha further added, the Quran is sufficient for you to clear up this point, as Allah has stated, no bearer of burdens shall bear the burden of another. Quran chapter 6 verse 164. Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with them, then said, only Allah makes to whom He wills laugh, and makes to whom He wills weep. Ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with them, did not say anything after that. Narrated Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, the wife of the Prophet, peace be upon him. Once Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, passed by a grave of a Jewess whose relatives were weeping over her. He said, they are weeping, crying aloud, over her, and she is being tortured in her grave. Narrated Abu Burda that his father said, when Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, was stabbed, Suhaib started crying, O my brother. Umar said, don't you know that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, the deceased is tortured for the weeping with wailing of the living?